This video discusses how to develop fit criteria for software requirements. The steps you work through in creating fit criteria are: understand the requirement, develop a test which, if true and under the right circumstances, would indicate that the requirement was met, consider the circumstances you would want to run the test through, run at least 30 through each of the circumstances, indicate numbers 2, 3, and 4 above in writing within a written requirement. Step 1. Understand the requirement. Be sure to know what you are trying to assure. In this case, we are trying to assure that the software and hardware within the icebreaker system are reporting GPS coordinates, the de-icing and anti-icing agent being dispersed, and the rate in cubic yards per minute at which the agent is dispersed in real time is actually happening and accurate. Step 2. Develop a test. We want to test whether the truck's software and hardware are sending the GPS coordinates, the de and anti-icing agent, and the dump speed or dump rate, which is the speed at which the agent is being dumped onto the road or dispersed onto the road. We need baseline data to compare the actual data that is sent. We need baseline data to compare to the actual data that is sent. The data sent could be captured in a log along with the time that the data was sent. This data we could then test against some kind of baseline. We could ask drivers where they are in terms of GPS coordinates, what kind of agent they are actually dispersing, and at what rate they are dispersing that de or anti-icing agent. We could use the driver's information as a baseline. We could then compare what the driver said versus what the truck software sent to the main office software. If both agree, then we could say that the software and hardware are fulfilling this particular requirement. Determine the appropriate circumstances for the test to be performed within. What are the factors that would affect the signaling of the hardware and software on the truck or the receiving of the hardware and software at the main office? One could be truck type. For example, some trucks may have mounting points and the signaling may actually not be able to make it to the main office because there is an obstruction on the truck in the way of the actual signaling. Another could be precipitation type. For example, heavy snow, light snow, sleet, or rain. Or what I am referring to in my fit criteria statement as high to low pressure, low to high pressure, and low pressure. You could imagine that heavy snow might actually preclude signals from getting through. Step 4. Run at least 30 tests for each set of circumstances. One circumstance would be one type of truck with one type of precipitation. Another circumstance would be another type of truck with the same type of precipitation. The circumstances that we have, which I just made up, are that there are 5 truck types and 4 precipitation types. So, this slide shows the number of tests we would like to run in total. The answer is 30 for each intersection of the 2 variables that we believe affect the success of our software and hardware when it is sending information from the truck to the main office, namely truck type and precipitation type. Please note my disclaimer with the superscript number 1. For any meteorologists that may be my students, I realize that the types of pressure do not map correctly to the precipitation types. I'm just trying to create an example to show how a fit criteria statement can be made. Unfortunately, meteorology is not my strong suit. Please note superscript number 2. The 30 in each cell indicates that the test will need to be run 30 times for each truck type and precipitation type. 30 tests is where the results that come back from the tests begin to be predictive of the larger population. Indicate steps 2, 3, and 4 above in writing within a written requirement. So we would want to make sure that we indicate this within a written requirement. One thing is collect data from truck drivers about GPS coordinates, cinders or gravel or salt or alcohol or glycol, and the dump rate in terms of cubic yards per minute. This will be our baseline. collect data by sending it from the truck hardware and software to the main office hardware and software. This is what we will test. Do this for all 5 truck types and 4 precipitation types and the intersections of those. Do 30 tests for each one of those combinations. The fit criteria in requirement 132 from our slides on Friday is in front of you now. The words in yellow simply indicate that for any particular kind of test at the intersection of truck type and precipitation type, we want 30 of them. The words in green indicate that we will get information from 5 different types of trucks and 4 different precipitation types about the GPS location, the D and anti-icing agent that the trucks are actually dumping, and the disbursement rate. The words in blue say we should get this from the drivers, for example, over the radio or over the phone. The words in pink indicate we should also keep a log of what the hardware and software on the trucks sent to the main office software. We can then compare the data that was sent within Icebreaker software and that is in the log and the information that was provided by the drivers. If everything agrees, we know that the requirement is being met. If everything doesn't agree, we know that we need to begin looking deeper to resolve the problem. Thank you so much for watching and listening to this video.